Hey guys, what's up? How's it going? Today I'm going to go over how to draw, requested actually by FAQA Xylix. Couldn't really pronounce that. So it's written there beforehand, but it's going to be a grinning clown with a knife in his hand. So I kind of did a little bit of an outline there. As you can see, should be really faint though, because I'm going to use a pen this time. I'm going to use a ballpoint pen. Ballpoint pens are pretty fun to use. They're a little different. This particular pen though is a Zebra F-301. Zebra F-301. You can't really see it right there because of the shine is all weird, but that's the kind of pen I'm using. It's nothing super specific. It's a little finer though. The point's very fine, and that's why I like it. Doesn't mean everyone will like it. And what I'm going to do right now, you can do with every pen. You know, so it doesn't matter. So I'm going to draw. I drew that, you know, kind of broad. And this is, I'm drawing super light. I'm actually holding this way to the back. That's to prevent me from putting down any lines I can't erase, because you can't erase. It's a freaking, it's a pen. It's a pen, dude. So I'm going to just draw some really broad strokes. And this is, again, just to kind of get my placement down. So I'm going to have to figure out what kind of clown I want. And it's going to be a grinning clown with a knife in his hand. What kind of clown do I want? I don't know. I'm thinking more like Krusty the Clown maybe here. But more with a nose. Maybe like Twisted Metal kind of. I don't know. I'm actually not going to plan this one out as much. For the head, I'm breaking it down. I put a line across to know where the eyes are going to line up, right? So I put a line across, as you can tell. I'm sorry about the lighting right now, but it's a little... I'm kind of in a bad predicament, so please bear with me. All right. 1 second. Okay, I'm back. So let's get right into it. The camera. Alright, that's a little better. Alright, so putting this line across for the eye line. I'm going to put the nose over here. So I'm going to go right into it with a pen. I'm going to go right into the eyes. And you have to go very fine. We're going to have an angry face, so I'm going to take that into account. I, 9 out of 10 times, when I draw for myself in my sketchbook, I'll draw with this type of pen. It's just very fun. So, you know, you can do a lot of stuff with it. You can shade, you don't have to shade, you know, you can do all kinds of things with it. Anger, you know, among a lot of expressions, anger is one of the easier ones to do. I think because it looks cool, you know? So it's kind of funner to draw. It's a little harder to draw, like, confused and all this other stuff. It's going to go into the eye. I'm just going to shade in the eye sockets. I'm going to use shorthand, so I'm not here all day. So now I'm going to draw the nose. The nose is going to, he's got a rubber nose. I'm going to draw the laugh line. He's going to have an angry face. He's going to have kind of this, it's kind of like grinning thing going on. I would say good reference for facial expression is grab a mirror. You know, like you look at Disney artists, guys at Pixar, when they're making a movie, they always have when they're drawing, they have a mirror next to them, because you are your own reference in a way. I don't have a mirror right now, so I'm gonna have to wing this with what I remember. With again, you know, you have to, when you draw pictures over and over, you kind of store this library of information in your head. and you have to take that library out sometimes. Let me see. And right now I'm going to tell you exactly what I'm pulling this from in terms of, you know, like, for example, this shape for the smile, I remember doing this when I was a caricature artist at SeaWorld. You know those guys that draw funny cartoons? I used to do that for 4 years. So sometimes just little things will give you, and I don't know if anybody else, please comment and tell me if you guys ever get nostalgia for aspects of a drawing that you draw. You know what I mean? Like I'll draw a smile and I'll be like, wow, I remember drawing that here. Or I drew a certain eye type and I'll remember that. And I don't know if I'm the only one that gets that, but please let me know. If not, then I guess I am crazy. Maybe I'm the only one. Smile there. Let's give him like 1 or 2 sharp teeth here. Just any of them, I'll pick them out. I have to be pretty delicate with this too, because when you're using a pen, by the way, I recommend really sketching a lot with pen because it tells your mind something. It tells your mind that you can't erase, so you're a lot more careful. I'm gonna draw him with his tongue sticking out. Actually, I think that's more of a happy accident. I just kind of like saw it, and I'm like, you know what? I think I want to do that. I still gotta retain that evil thing going on, so I have to remember that. He's gotta have ears. But I'm gonna put his hair though in the way, the upper portion of his ear. It's gonna be really hard to make him not look like Twisted Metal, actually. Drawing that hair shape. Now I gotta match that shape on the other side as close as I can. It's hard because I'm not left-handed, so I have to kind of look back and forth a lot. Sometimes I wish I was left-handed. I almost feel like, and maybe I'm totally wrong because I've heard complaints from left-handed artists, but I think it could be really useful to be left-handed. Maybe you don't get your paper in the way of your own drawing all the time, or maybe it's just, maybe I guess everybody does that. Sometimes my hand will rub across the page, and I won't like that. I know when you write words, sentences, when you're left-handed, that I know is bothersome. But I meant like for drawings. Well, skull shape's a little wonky, but it's fine. Same thing, he's gonna become a buff clown, because I think buff people look cool. I am not buff. I wish I was. But I think buff people look, superhero bodies look pretty awesome to me. And I know that's an exaggerated version of real life. No one looks like that. I guess only a corpse could look like that. That low body fat like that. But, depending on who draws them, right? Wow. So, I could draw some blood out of his mouth. That's going to look like spit, really, because we have no way to color it. But pretend that's blood. Just pretend, guys. Make believe. I'm actually going to draw his hand, because his hand's going to be pretty far up front, and I want to make sure this turns out at least okay. So, hand is another thing you can look at your own hand for. It's a little harder this angle, though. So I'm thinking about the fist and the way it's going to look like to us. It's a box. One of the key things to remember about the hand, the middle finger, where the middle finger goes, that's always bigger. Don't ask me why, it just is. It's the longest finger, and that will be, it has this, the fist has this shape. It will have this, because it's facing up. It'll have this V shape, and the highest point would be the middle knuckle. Just a little thing to remember. Also, guys, I'm gonna while I'm talking here, can you guys please suggest I want to make a series of maybe a subject series, just out of curiosity. What do you guys think I should do? What kind of a series of videos of one topic? I mean, I kind of already do that, and I'm doing different suggestions from people in the T-shirt giveaway. But just out of curiosity, what does somebody out there want to see? I'm thinking about doing one for anthropomorphic animals to people. I really think those are cool looking, and I know there's a big subgroup of people for that that want to see that. I am not one, but I respect that. That's fine. I'm not one of them. Going down more, lower body. We're just gonna be drawing his upper half, so it's like a ripped clown dude. Facebook. Now I'm gonna draw the knife. It's gonna be kind of a kitchen blade. Gonna draw splatters of some kind on the knife, like it's just soiled. Soiled makes it sound like poop, like it's dirty. Dirty with blood, not poop. And here's the thing, I gotta think about the arm behind the knife regardless, because I want to make it look like it actually comes together. So, okay, now we have, this is what I call, I don't know, phase 2, I guess? Phase 2. I have at least some lines that are going to be in the final in here. And, like, it should be. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take another pass through at it. I'm going to like zoom into an area and try to maybe, I wouldn't say detail it out, but I'm going to actually try to fix some mistakes, We got a buff clown holding a knife. Maybe he's got blood on him over here somewhere. Like, I don't know, that's going to work. That looks weird. So he has a tattoo. Anyways. Yeah. Anyways, okay, I'm going to go down and I'm going to shade parts of his body. Since the lights were coming from on top, clearly, coming from up to down, his eye sockets are going to be in shadow like I already put them. I'm going to look more into like the rubber nose. A round rubber nose is going to have a shadow down on the upper lip. So I'm going to do that. And what I'm doing there is I'm doing really small, tiny, thin lines. And those thin lines, and I'm going to put a bolder line around that. See, with the more thin lines I put, the more ambiguous the solid, the object. Okay, when I'm putting a shadow, the object that casts the shadow, I want that. So I want the object to be visible, so I'll put a stronger line around the object that casted that shadow. I'm darkening a couple of things here. Usually I darken things that I want to stand out more, and usually that's always going to be the focal point, you know? That's always going to be usually in the eyes and nose area. You know, you're going to look at the face first. And a little bit of cast shadow over here on the hair. Same thing goes for the head. The head's going to cause its own shadow. The entire head's going to... I'm going to have to figure out exactly what that's going to be or approximate. I'll show you exactly how to map out shadow later if you want, but you can just kind of approximate, you know, where it's going to be, and you'll be fine. Like I'm approximating here. And again, I'm doing thin lines, but I'm trying to run them so close together it looks like one, like, you know, mass of shadow. Do the same thing over here. I always darken the pit area because I guess it's really squeezing together right here. That's just something I do. It's a principle, not a rule. The pecs are gonna have their own kind of shadow thing going on. Go more into the bicep. If you guys want anatomy tutorials, I can do that too. Just let me know. Let's see. Because there's a lot of shortcuts in anatomy I take that you're not really doing the information. In anatomy, you don't. It's not so much how much you know; it's how much you put in. Really, I mean, it's how much. Like I know in superhero comics, sometimes they show every little bit of anatomy. That can be cool, but sometimes it's also cool to know what to choose exactly, and they exert some things as well. Okay, so that arm is flat. The light's hitting this area, so this underside will completely be in shadow. When you're shading anything, try to shade the lines going with the form. So I would also go this way. The arm is a cylinder, so I try to pull the lines in kind of a circle almost, like a circular. For the hand, I'm going to actually bold the whole hand, and that's just something I do sometimes because it's coming forward at us. So I want that thing to really make sure that it's forward. You see a lot of artists do that. A lot of artists will do that exact thing. Another thing, a lot of artists that I've seen, that at least I respect, a lot of them do is they'll put a big bold line around the entire thing, and that kind of makes it seem more three-dimensional. Right off the bat, I can think of one artist is Adam Hughes. He does that a lot. He'll put a giant bold line around a really rendered thing, and it'll look super 3D. And I don't know why that is, but it just happens like that. I think it's the stark contrast between something that's PC and then something that contains all the randomness. The bold line will contain the randomness of, not so much randomness, all the messiness of the shading. So I'm only going to take this to a sketch level. What you could do is you go in and you put another, you start refining every corner. You know, you start pulling small lines here, you start finessing pretty much everything you can possibly finesse. Like this messiness right here. Turn it into a cast shadow. Fill that in there. The problem with that is you can do that all day. So this is just a 15-minute video. I'm not going to do that. But what I will do is I will leave it at this level, which is a sketch level. Let me darken some a little more. Alrighty. Alright, that's it. That's a clown sketch. A killer clown sketch. In pen. Alright guys, thanks a lot, and I'll talk to you guys later. And please send me more requests, stuff like that. And subscribe to this channel. I'm going to have a lot of different things going on, actually. I might do an entire format change to this whole website pretty soon. To this whole YouTube, so... See you later, guys. Okay, guys, I'm back. So I did about 3 or 4 passes over this guy, over Bane. I'm gonna do one more, and I'm really gonna try to dig into it. Yeah. So there's just a couple of things that look a little strange to me. His hand, I really wish he had a longer